Hello, and welcome back to Endurance Adventures with Renee. Hopefully by now you're training for your marathon and you've been running, but you're not sure where to start as far as nutrition. This video, I'm gonna list 3 to 4 ways that you can find gels, basically either for free or for a discounted price, in which you can, start trying out what works best for you. I think one of the biggest things about race nutrition is just being overwhelmed with the amount of options, and then also just not knowing what you need and when you need it. So it's definitely important to do your own research, but as far as marathon training and long runs go, you're gonna want to start getting carbs in, especially on those long runs that are about, anywhere longer than an hour. And you can start anywhere, but when you come to race day, you're gonna want about 200 to 300 calories per hour, and you're also going to want to try to increase your carbs as much as you can. Studies have shown that athletes who try to consume around 28 to 144 grams of carbs per hour, they start to kind of combat that level of exhaustion, and it happens later and later in the race. And that's kind of what you're trying to do when you take those energy gels or whatever you're taking. Those carbohydrates are trying to prolong that wall of exhaustion that you hit when you're running a marathon. But that's kind of a lot of carbs to start off with, especially if you're not used to it, and it can cause a lot of, stomach issues and GI stress. So what you want to do is start practicing your nutrition now while you're training. Start smaller, so in that 28 grams of carb range to start per hour, and then you can slowly increase it as you continue to train. I was also very lost on this whole process, and I did not know where to start. I was a collegiate rower, and we did have some nutrition. It was kind of a foreign concept to all of us at the time, and basically we had honey stinger packs, and they were the chews, so honey stinger energy chews, and basically we just would bring those out on the water, and for our long row sessions we'd be able to take breaks every 30 minutes or so and then eat honey stingers. Now for rowing, it's a little different than running, because for me, rowing, I had the ability to digest that really well. The way rowing is kind of like cycling for me personally, because I feel like I can eat a lot of, different, and honestly, I could eat a slice of pizza cycling and I'd be fine. Maybe not full intensity, but at that zone 2 intensity, I could eat a slice of pizza and be totally fine and I wouldn't have any issues. But running is a lot different. If I don't, if I'm not careful, I could eat 2 hours before and it would be something high fiber, high fat, and I'd be in a lot of pain. A lot of GI stress would be going on. So for me, I knew about gels and things, and I knew about, race nutrition and how important it was to be getting enough carbohydrates in. I just didn't know specifically where to start and what even was available. So that's why I'm really excited to tell you guys about the Feed Me. It's you probably have heard of the Feed. It's a very popular endurance nutrition brand. I have all kinds of different brands that they sell on their website, and it's really cool because they sell gels individually and not in big packs. So if you want to try to figure out what gels are going to work with you in your digestion and training, you can go on their website and pick out individual gels, and you don't have to worry about biting the bullet of buying a big batch of gels that you end up hating or that make you sick. So the Feed has a program called the Feed Me, and basically you can apply, and if you get accepted, you get $20 in store credit to use on their website. And I applied and I got accepted, and I honestly think everyone should be doing this, because why not? You get $20 to spend towards race nutrition. Just keep in mind that if you don't want to pay for shipping, you can't use the full $20 towards the nutrition. You got to use some of it towards shipping, depending on where you live. Okay, so my feed order came, and I want to show you what I got and what I wish I would have done differently. So, like I said, in college, I rode and I ate honey stingers. So obviously I had to get honey stinger chews, and for some reason I thought it would be a good idea to get 3 whole packs of them, which, I don't know if that was a great idea, because one, I've done it before, so it's not really trying something new. I would like to try it with running, but I should have got just 1 pack and then tried other things. But what I'm most excited about is the gels, because I feel when running, especially in a race, you don't have enough time to be snacking on a lot of things, and you just kind of want a quick gel shot. So I did get a honey stinger one. I'm partial. Also, I'm wearing a Honey Stinger shirt, not because I'm sponsored or anything, just because I found a shirt and I like Honey Stinger. That's literally the only reason. I got a Honey Stinger gel, and I also got one of these called Huma. Really excited about this one because it's a chia energy, which I really love chia seeds. So, but yeah, in retrospect, I wish I got different brands and different gels. I like the Honey Stinger gel and probably getting one Honey Stinger Chews just because I like those, and I know that like with rowing that they worked for me. But I wish I got different gels to try. I think the Feed Me program is great. You get $20 to spend on their website, and you know, it's all free. You just gotta like link your social media account and your email, and then you go on their website, make an account, and then you get the $20 and post about it or not. And it's a great way to kind of try out some gels and then see what works for you, unless you want to do chews on your running. It's totally up to you. And they even have, you know, electrolytes, different things. They have supplements like creatine. So it's really like the world is your oyster, and they have so many options to choose from. So it's really fun to just kind of go around and be like, oh, I want to try this. I want to try this. So I will link the Feed Me application in the video description, and I hope you try it out. I literally just started social media, so I think, you know, there's a lot of opportunity there for anyone to do it. The second option that I recommend for trying new nutrition and things like that is Strava. So Strava, if you don't know, you're missing out, but basically it's like social media for, you know, athletics and for sports. So Strava is an app that you can download for free, make an account for free, and basically you go on there and it can connect to your watch. You can directly record your workouts on Strava. There's a premium version that has a lot more information and stuff. Honestly, you don't need premium for anything unless you want that extra data. Strava has all these different challenges. Activities and stuff can count towards the total goal. So each month there's different challenges that Strava has, but there's also brands that will come in and do these challenges, and you can do the challenges. You sign up for the challenges. If you complete it, they will offer you like either a store credit or discount on their products. So one that I recommend doing is Scratch Labs. So Scratch Labs has a challenge on Strava, and if you complete it, you get a hydration mix for free. You do have to pay shipping, but the hydration mix is usually like $20 or something like that plus shipping, so it'd be like $25, but you're only paying $5. So I completed that challenge. My package from Scratch Labs came today, so I'm also gonna open that one. And basically, it's really cool. It's just like a hydration sports drink. It's fruit punch, and I'm really excited about that. Being in the South is not something I'm used to. You know, I'm from the West Coast, so it's very different here, the weather, the humidity, and the heat. So having a hydration solution that I can try while running is super awesome. And that's also something you can keep in mind if you're racing in the summer or you're racing in a hotter climate. Like, you want to be on top of your hydration. Some elite marathoners will consume about 150 milliliters of like a sports drink per 15 minutes of marathon racing, and for me that seems a little bit like daunting, and I don't really think I'll do that. But I definitely think having liquid on you, having, you know, a hydration drink is gonna, one, give you more carbs, and two, keep you hydrated because of the electrolytes. So it's really important, I think, to have that, especially when you're, like I said, training in the heat and training for those longer training runs, and then definitely for the marathon. But yeah, I definitely recommend downloading Strava, signing up for challenges, checking out the brands to make sure like it's actually going to be worth your time, and then, you know, utilizing that. I also know the Feed does one, and I think with that one you do have to spend a certain amount, but if you do get the $20 of Feed credit and then you check out like a couple of gels and you find one you really like, then I'd recommend doing the Strava one and then using that store credit towards your next gel purchase. Okay, the next one is just signing up for local running clubs and stuff. So you don't even have to sign up, you can just show up. So last week I went to my first run club because it was Global Running Day and it was like all over social media. But I went there, I went on the run. Unfortunately, I didn't talk to anyone because I was anxious, but next week I'll probably talk to people. But when I was there, they had free gels and free nutrition that you can try. So last week when I went there, I got this free, I think it's UCAN Edge gel, and which is really cool. So now I have, you know, with that, I have 3 gels to try, 3 packs of Honey Stingers, and then Scratch Nutrition to try. So from those 3 things, like, I got all of this basically free nutrition just with like the $5 shipping. So yeah, but the running clubs, you can, you know, go to Facebook, go Instagram, different places, and just look up running clubs in your area. The biggest thing is any kind of running shoe store or like running specific store. So like Brooks or like, you know, Foot Locker, stuff like that. They're gonna probably put on either monthly or weekly running events where you can go and you just run with the club, and then the store will either have discounts or have, you know, free samples, which I think is a great way to kind of try more nutrition, especially if you want to be on the more frugal side, which I'm trying to do. And then if you're less socially awkward than me, you can also find a lot of cool people and hopefully running friends. Lastly, my recommendation is any kind of like podcast or things like that. You can find tons of, you know, discounts or deals. So if you have like a favorite running podcast, I'm sure they have, you know, probably in their description of whatever episode, you can just click anyone. They'll say like, this is our code to use at this website for this discount. Yeah, so that's how you can get, you know, try different gels at a really like affordable price. You know, for me, I got all of this stuff for literally $5. Like for me, there's always the option of just having candy or stuff like that, you know, which is a lot more affordable, but this is these ones are a little more, you know, high performance, I would say. If you're having just candy, make sure you're, you know, getting everything in, diverse carbohydrates so you can absorb them quickly and better, and then making sure you're getting in electrolytes. And if you want to take like caffeine pills or something and instead of energy or caffeine gels, you can. So it's just, you know, gotta do your own research and make sure you're getting what you need to get in. But ultimately, it's kind of what works for you. And if you like, I've tried like 17 different gels and they all make me sick, but I can eat, you know, a pack of gummy worms and I'm totally fine, then you should do that for sure. But I really stress that you try it out before your race and make sure on those runs that are over an hour long, you know, you want to try to be getting in, you know, a gel every, you know, 30 to 45 minutes. And you want to be working up throughout your, you know, training plan, whether it's, you know, 16 weeks or whatever, you want to be working up those carbohydrates every long run to try to get, you know, as high as you can so you have a very minimal energy crash on race day. Helpful, and I hope you know, use some of the links and try to, you know, find some free nutrition for yourself or go to your run club and meet some people and try some gels. But yeah, I think this is a great place to start to try a bunch of different things. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you found this information helpful. Go run fast.